good afternoon. Welcome to Stapp News 17 in the heart of God's country. Today's top story is the national debt. It has reached $19 trillion and it's counting. To see how we got in this mess, let's go out to History Stapp in Moose Jaw.
Wow, 19.9 trillion. Let's see that in a graph. We're gonna draw a huge graph. It all started with running something that's called a budget deficit, which historically had only occurred during wartime, but more recently has been continually increasing even in peacetime. A deficit occurs when the government spends more than it receives in tax revenue. To make up for this extra money, the government must borrow money in many forms, including through the selling of bonds. By 2007, before the recession, the national debt was at $9 trillion and was trending upward. Yet no one was really worried about it. Then the Great Recession hit, causing the government to receive even less tax revenue, and in combination with spending more to help those who lost their job, the deficit just kept increasing. Since the recession, our national debt has more than doubled, sitting at $19.9 trillion today. Now I'll send it over to Stapp back, who's posted Slap Out, Oklahoma.
Man, I've been looking at this debt clock for hours, and there are some crazy numbers on there. Like you said earlier, Stapp, the national debt is $19.9 trillion. That's $61,000 per citizen and $166,000 per taxpayer. We paid a whopping $2.5 trillion in interest on our debt, and $6.2 trillion of our debt is owned by foreign nations, like Japan, where you also find the most wonderful study abroad program, led by yours truly. But anyway, the top 5 national items that contribute to our nation's debt are Medicare, Social Security, National Defense, Income Security, federal pensions, and interest on debt. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you, Sports Stapp.
Hey guys, I'm here at the track and field facility at the University of Arkansas where the Razorbacks are actually doing something productive. Unlike up there on the football field, who are we even playing? Virginia Tech? I've never even heard of them. The Belk Bowl? What is that? I'm just saying, guys. Listen guys, we've got some of the best long distance runners in the country here, but they can't even keep up with the rate of the national debt. If you lined up $1 bills side by side in a straight line, the national debt would run around the earth 75,794 times. It could also run to the moon and back 3,952 times. If that's not enough, it could go to the sun and back 10 times. Let's face it guys, we've got some great runners here, but none of them even compare to the rate that the national debt is growing. Now I'm going to send y'all over to future staff.
I'm still here teaching all my students instead of working for the Federal Reserve. So this enormous national debt could have a lot of future implications. We could see higher tax rates to lighten the burden of government spending, or reductions in spending on government programs, and there could definitely be inflation, which reduces your purchasing power of money. And guys, write this down in your notes. The retirement age will increase to 72 or 75 in your lifetime. And you heard it here, Stapp said it first. Now, back to you in the studio.
Big thanks to all the staffs on today's program and all that time they were yammering on. Our debt just continues to grow, and our debt grew by $3.5 million. I'm just saying. Don't forget to tune in next week for a special on study abroad where 52 teachers from the University of Arkansas will pressure you into going with one of them. Sayonara.